Hey everyone, I'm Dan Weitzer, part of the innovation team at Independence Blue Cross, and this is The Spin. The Spin is a series where I ride bikes and talk to some of the most innovative people in Philadelphia. Today's guest is Kiera Smalls from Philly Startup Leaders and City Fit Girls. Kiera is one of the nicest and most passionate people in Philadelphia, so let's go get her and go for a ride. Hey Kiera.
Hi.
It's great to meet you.
It's great to meet you as well.
You ready to go for a ride?
Absolutely.
Awesome, let's go. So it's been a little over a year since you started your executive director position at Philly Startup Leaders. How do you feel the first year has gone?
I feel great. It has been so much fun. I've been learning a lot, meeting a lot of people, spending time with the startups and their teams so I can have an inside-out perspective. Thinking about how Philly Startup Leaders not only supports the current tech founders in the city, but also creating new founders.
Yeah.
And what does that look like for us? And trying to bring resources into the city as well. So it's been really, really exciting.
You used to work for the company that manages the bikes that we're riding right now, Indigo. So how do you feel that that position has really translated and helped you in your current role at Philly Startup Leaders?
Yeah, so at Bike Transit, I was the second employee for the startup.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
And when I left, they were over 100 employees.
Oh wow.
So to be a part of the growth and scaling the operations there, I learned a lot. And I'm excited to be able to help founders along their journey, be able to do some of the things that we did at Bike Transit.
That's awesome. So before we start anything else, I have to ask how it feels to be part of the Philly Mag article, with the new look of power in Philly. So how's it feel to be, with such an awesome group of people, but then also be recognized for all the great work that you're doing?
It's exciting, and I'm honored to be amongst the other 37 folks who were highlighted. It's exciting to see that there are so many different people who are trying, new ways to push the city forward. And I'm just incredibly honored and excited what we can all do together for the city.
In that same vein, Philly Mag called you a super connector before. So what does that mean really?
So in everything I do, I'm looking to connect resources to groups and individuals who need them the most. And so I'm always thinking about what's out there, who's out there, and how can we all work together. And so I think that's probably why they call me a super connector.
Yeah.
But again, I'm constantly looking at available resources and connecting them to the groups who need them the most.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a great name. And I feel like Philly really needs that connection together because people are so siloed in their areas, and that's something that's really needed. It's awesome that you're taking on that role. I feel like you need a cape that says like the super connector with a big SC on it. A big goal of yours is to bring diversity and inclusion to the startup community. So over the next 5 years, what are your goals to pursuing that?
As I think about the next 5 years, I would say, how do we make sure that the tech startup community in Philadelphia reflects the demographics of the city of Philadelphia? And I think that we can do so through a number of ways. One, teaching founders to prioritize diversity, equity, and inclusion early on. Two, as a nonprofit that supports startups in this city, how can we also build partnerships with different industries and different organizations outside of the tech industry here so that we can learn best practices and so that we can also see how they too can support the startups that we serve. So it's that cultivating those diverse partnerships as well. And I think we continue to do that and see prioritizing diversity, equity, and inclusion as a priority and not a challenge or something that some people do, then again, we'll see our startup community reflect the city of Philadelphia and then truly see the city become more rich in terms of economic development opportunities and growth.
Have you always had that entrepreneurial spirit?
I'd like to think I did. You know, growing up, I was always interested in figuring out a way to add more money to my piggy bank. So I would ask like family members to buy something from me.
Yeah, you did Painted Rocks. We all did Painted Rocks.
Yes.
I did Painted Rocks. I think everyone did.
Yeah, and sometimes I would be successful and sometimes I wouldn't. And hey, you know, that happens on your entrepreneurial journey. So yeah, from the time, you know, growing up as a little kid up until I went to college and even started my own business, I feel like has always been with me.
It's great. And it definitely makes sense for the role that you're in now, trying to help people out that also have the entrepreneurial spirit. So it seems like you can connect with those people because you are the super connector. It always comes back to being a super connector. So the startup community, you know, startups really embody that innovative spirit. So being in that community, to you personally, what does the word innovation mean?
Innovation to me means thinking of unconventional ways to accomplish something, right? So whether it's a startup, you know, solving a problem and scaling a company, or whether it's a mother of three on food stamps and figuring out a way to start her side hustle. And how do we think of unconventional ways to get ahead, to get things done that we need to get accomplished? You know, right now, even with my role at Philly Startup Leaders, I'm thinking about the founders we serve who have their tech companies. And I'm also thinking about the small business owners around the city who may need some support in enhancing their use of technology in order to build their customer base and have a more efficient operations.
Yeah, no, I love that. It's funny because I ask people all the time, what does innovation mean to them? And it's so cool to see that everyone has a different answer for that, but it all really means the same thing. It's just people using different words.
Yeah.
And I love that you went to, you know, company starting to that mom of three trying to start her side hustle, because that is also innovative. No matter what she does, it's still innovative, all the way up to the huge companies like the Apples and Comcast of the world. It's all innovative. It's just innovative in different kind of ways.
Absolutely.
So I absolutely love that. Well, thank you so much for being on The Spin. I really appreciate it. You're doing so many amazing things, and it's only been a year that you've been at PSL, but I feel like there's just so much that you've done within that year, and it's just incredible to see.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
This was great.
Of course. Well, thank you for watching this episode of The Spin. Make sure to check back next month for another Philly Innovator. See you then.